keeping it together just as best as you can. Phil,
Hey guys, this is Philip on Ambiguity. This week's topic is fantastic, very personal, hits hard for many of us, including probably you. So today's topic is what were our parents' general reactions, what happened during the time of us coming out, and how we dealt with it. So this is a very interesting topic because everyone has their own story and everyone has their own take on how they dealt with it, etc., etc. Some people are still dealing with it. Some people are just about to deal with it. Some people, will never deal with it. So, before we get into all that, take a little gander at my art piece. If you saw my audition video, this was the piece that was behind me. It is actually my closet door. It has taken me about a year to actually wrap it all up and finally get the guts to do it. If you guys don't know me very personally, or if I just haven't told you, I've been going through some rough times. One of those rough times includes me losing touch with my art, which is something that's very deep inside of me. So me getting back to it is actually very therapeutic and good for me. So, yay! Let's get into our topic. What were my parents' general reaction to me coming out, and how did I deal with it? This is kind of a weird thing to talk about because it basically just happened a couple months ago, and a lot happened during that time. So we can start from the beginning. Prior to me even coming out, I was actually kicked out of my house. About 2 months prior to me coming out, I was kicked out of my house for a different reason, but it definitely influenced my decision to come out. I was living on my own. I didn't have a car, didn't have a phone, didn't have really any money. The only way that I could get around to work and school was taking the public bus transit system. That was a nightmare in itself. It took 2 hours to get to work and 2 hours to get home. It took about 2.5 hours to get to school and about 2.5 to 3 hours to get home every single day. So this was definitely a hard time for me. I didn't have internet connections, so to do homework, I was going to McDonald's, doing as much as I could. I was working very hard. During this time, I had a lot of time to reflect on myself. I had a lot of time to think about the things that were bothering me, the things that were causing me to struggle, and really find myself in that time. I didn't have to worry about anyone's feelings, didn't have to worry about anyone other than myself and my friend who I was living with, and my little cat. So, that was really a time of self-discovery. I decided to come out via Facebook, actually. And I came out on this long Facebook status. You can probably still find it on my timeline if you go further enough. And I was expecting not that much of a reaction, to be honest. But the reaction was tremendous, and it was actually unbelievable. People were supporting me here and there. People were being just fantastic, really cool people, and they were so nice and accepting. But one reaction that I wasn't getting was the reaction from my family. It was dead silent. There was not a phone call, not a text, not an email, not a IM message, nothing. It was dead silent, and so that made me feel really scared and anxious. Then I was sitting in my room, kind of upset, and my little sister texted me for the first time in 2 months. She said, "You need to call Mama, she's crying." And I was like, oh my gosh, it's finally hit her, or something's happened. So I called her and asked what happened. Apparently, my parents hadn't seen the status. It had been maybe 3 weeks, and they still hadn't seen the status. No one had told them. And so they actually heard through a friend of my little sister's, because my friend was congratulating me through them, saying, "Hey, congratulations for your son coming out and everything, that's really cool." And my parents were like, what are you talking about? So they found out through that, and their reaction was not nice. My mother was very sad. She was feeling as if she had lost someone close to her, which is actually very common. She feels as though there was a death in the family. My father was more quiet about it and more concealed. He showed his respect and his support. They both showed support for me, told me that they loved me, but there was a strong tension between us for months. Anything transition related was all done by me. I made appointments, I made meetings, I called a million different people, I did the research. There was really nothing that they did to assist me, which was okay with me because it was my thing and I wanted to have full control over it. So over the couple of months, Christmas came and passed. My mother actually did a really great gesture of acceptance. She bought me boxers, and my dad bought me boxers for my birthday. They bought me guy clothes. Not too much, just a few articles to show that they fully accepted me and that they wanted to be involved. So I began my actual, physical movements towards physical transition when I made my appointment for my therapist with Miss Perry. And then I started seeing the wheels turning with them. They started seeing that this was a serious thing. I think when the full force of it hit them was when I actually invited them to come to my therapy appointment to speak to my therapist with me. And I think a lot of feelings got brought up, a lot of things got addressed, and I think it actually hit them then. It's been an adventure. It has been quite the roller coaster ride. Some things my mother said at therapy actually really hurt my feelings, including that she wishes that it was never real and that she feels like she's lost her daughter, which is true. It still hurts because I'm her child and I'm still physically here. Overall, they've been accepting though. They've been trying their best. They aren't violent toward me. They aren't screaming at me. So the subtle little stings of unacceptance are, like I said, they're just subtle, and I feel like they will improve and they'll slowly go away as time passes. Thank you guys for listening. This is a very personal post. It talks about a lot of things that are, pertain to me personally. Everyone's story is so different, and you'll see that on everyone's videos. Please take a look at all of them. They're fantastic. I love you guys. I love everything about this. Love my painting. I worked really hard on it. Thank you guys very much. Have a really good afternoon. Love you.
Meet a boy named Phil and his family on vacation from the 22nd century. Got a rented time machine and they're on their way to a time way back in the day. So now he's Phil.